66 million years ago, our world was ruled by giants, colossal creatures of unimaginable power and grace. The dinosaurs. They thundered across plains, soared through crimson skies, and swam in primeval seas long before humans ever existed. But their reign, the greatest the Earth has ever known, ended in a single catastrophic moment. A moment when the sky burned and life itself trembled. This is the story of how the dinosaurs were born, how they conquered the Earth, and how they died in fire and darkness. Part 1. Birth of a World. Gentle sound of bubbling lava, rumbling earth, and rain. 4.5 billion years ago, our planet was a molten ball of chaos. Volcanoes erupted endlessly, seas of fire glowed under a choking sky. But through this chaos, something miraculous began to happen. Life. At first, microscopic, tiny, fragile organisms in the depths of ancient oceans. But they learned to adapt, evolve, and endure. Over hundreds of millions of years, they grew into fish, amphibians, reptiles, and eventually, the ancestors of the creatures that would one day rule the Earth. Sound of waves, distant thunder, then birds. The age of the dinosaurs began about 230 million years ago, in the Triassic period. The world then looked nothing like today. All the continents were fused together into a single supercontinent, Pangaea, surrounded by a vast global ocean. The climate was harsh, hot, dry, unpredictable. But from the struggle, new life emerged. Among the early reptiles, a few species evolved powerful legs, strong jaws, and incredible endurance. These were the first true dinosaurs. Creatures built not for crawling, but for domination. Music becomes hopeful, almost triumphant. The first dinosaurs were small, fast hunters like Eoraptor and Herrerasaurus, no bigger than a dog. But they had something special, a new way of standing upright. It gave them speed, balance, and agility. It was a design so perfect, it would shape the next 160 million years of evolution. Part 2. The Age of Giants. Music shifts, majestic drums, echoing roars. From these humble beginnings came titans. During the Jurassic period, around 200 million years ago, the world changed again. Volcanic activity split Pangaea apart, creating lush new landscapes, fertile valleys, and endless forests. With more oxygen and vegetation than ever before, life exploded. This was the age of the giants. Sauropods, like Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus, towered as high as buildings. Their necks stretched like cranes into the treetops, their footsteps shaking the earth. Each day, they ate hundreds of pounds of vegetation, their sheer size protecting them from all but the fiercest predators. Roaring echoes through jungle ambience. And those predators, they were legends. The Allosaurus, the Ceratosaurus, the cunning Coelophysis, each an apex hunter of its time. They were the masters of muscle and instinct, chasing prey through misty forests and across ancient riverbeds. But even in this world of giants, there were marvels of flight. Tiny feathered creatures, the first birds, descendants of small carnivorous dinosaurs, took to the skies. They would one day outlive all their colossal cousins. Music softens, ocean waves and chirping insects. And beneath the waves, other reptiles ruled. The plesiosaurs with their graceful fins, and the terrifying ichthyosaurs, built like living torpedoes. The Earth was alive, vibrant, unstoppable. This was the Golden Age, a time when dinosaurs reigned supreme, when nature experimented with every possible form. From the spikes of the Stegosaurus to the horns of the Triceratops, evolution was at its most creative. For 160 million years, they ruled an empire that stretched from deserts to frozen coasts. Pause, a low, distant boom. But every empire falls, even one built by nature. Part 3. The Final Days. Ominous music fades in, deep, pulsing drums. It was the Cretaceous period, about 70 million years ago. The dinosaurs were at their peak. Massive predators like the Tyrannosaurus rex hunted with terrifying precision. Triceratops herds thundered across plains. Forests bloomed, and new species flourished everywhere. Life had never been more diverse, more beautiful. And yet, high above the planet, far beyond the clouds, something unimaginable was happening. Faint whoosh, sound of a rock cutting through air. A rock, more than 6 miles wide, traveling at 20 times the speed of sound, was on a collision course with Earth. An asteroid from the outer reaches of space, destined to change life forever. Part 4. The day the sky fell. Silence. Then a faint whistle, growing louder. 66 million years ago. A bright light appeared in the sky, brighter than the sun. For a few seconds, the dinosaurs may have looked up, confused. And then, impact. Explosive sound. Music erupts with chaos. The asteroid slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula, what is now Chicxulub, Mexico, with the force of 100 trillion tons of TNT. In an instant, everything within thousands of miles was vaporized. The shockwave flattened forests, the oceans boiled, and a fireball of molten rock shot high into the atmosphere. Rapid heartbeat sound effect. Earth itself trembled. Mega tsunamis roared across continents. Everywhere, debris rained from the sky, setting the world on fire. For days, maybe weeks, the earth burned. Music quiets, replaced by eerie wind. Then came the darkness. The ash and dust from the impact spread across the entire planet, blocking sunlight for months, even years. Temperatures plummeted. Plants died. And when the plants died, the herbivores starved. And when the herbivores died, the predators followed. Soft, sorrowful piano plays. This was not an instant death. It was a slow, freezing silence. 90% of all species vanished. The age of dinosaurs, the rulers of Earth, was over. Part 5. Life after the fall. Gentle light returns, and birds chirping softly. But extinction is not the end. It is nature's way of starting over. From the ashes of the dinosaurs' empire, new creatures began to rise. Small mammals that had once lived in the shadows. Tiny, clever, fast. They survived by hiding, scavenging, adapting. And over millions of years, they evolved into primates and eventually into us. Music swells with hope. The asteroid didn't just destroy, it reshaped the world, creating the conditions for a new chapter of life. Without that one terrible day, the story of humans might never have begun. Pause. And yet, the dinosaurs are not completely gone. Every time you hear the song of a bird, you are hearing the voice of their ancient ancestors. Feathers, hollow bones, nesting behaviors, all inherited from the dinosaurs who came before. They walk among us still, in every robin, every eagle, every hummingbird. Part 6. Legacy of the Giants. Sweeping orchestral music rises. Visuals of stars, Earth rotating slowly. Today, fossils tell us their story. Preserved in stone, whispering across millions of years. From the deserts of Mongolia to the cliffs of Argentina, paleontologists dig, brush, and study, piecing together the grand puzzle of life. We've learned that dinosaurs were not monsters. They were survivors, innovators. They adapted to an ever-changing world for over 160 million years, far longer than humans have existed. Their story is a mirror for our own, a reminder that no empire lasts forever, and that life is both fragile and powerful beyond measure. Pause. Gentle music fades. Imagine standing where they once walked. Imagine the thunder of their footsteps, the rustle of ancient ferns, the distant calls of creatures lost to time. They are gone, but their echo remains. Every rock, every fossil, every bird in the sky tells us one thing: life always finds a way. Epilogue. The message in the stars. Quiet ambient music, cosmic tones. Somewhere out there, in the cold silence of space, more asteroids drift. Countless relics of creation. They pass our planet every day, reminders of how small and precious we are. The asteroid that ended the dinosaurs could easily have missed by just a few seconds. If it had, their empire might still rule the Earth today, but it didn't. And because of that, we are here, telling their story. Music builds, majestic, inspiring. So when you look at the stars tonight, remember, those lights above are the same stars the dinosaurs once saw. Their world burned, but from the ashes, a new one was born. Theirs is not just a story of extinction. It's a story of rebirth. A story of how destruction and creation are two sides of the same cosmic coin. Softly. This is the legacy of the dinosaurs. And this is the story of how the sky fell.